Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. What's up, Q?
Hey, good evening.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope everybody have a safe holiday this weekend and everybody be okay. I started to do a podcast yesterday, and I decided instead of doing it yesterday that probably about this time everybody's eating, they're sitting around the house and not doing anything. So tell somebody, hey, Reaching Out with Eddie's on, so we can just talk about some things. Folks, I want to kind of deviate after saying Happy Thanksgiving. I want to deviate a little bit. When Biden won president in 2020, said we're back, America is back, America's been saved, and so a lot of you think that Donald Trump is so bad that America was saved from him. No, 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 no. What they mean back is America. If you look at it, America has never been promoted anything but wars. If you look at it, America don't do anything but start wars, create wars. In other words, America has a military industrial complex that seems to run this country. And then you have the lobbyists that spends a lot of money in order to get their ideas across. And when you start talking about promoting freedom and democracy like George W. Bush did in 2004, when he went over in Iraq to promote freedom and democracy, while freedom and democracy is a facade in America. That's an illusion. If you look at it, where is it that we are free? Where is it that there's actually a democracy? When poor people are killed at a high number, especially poor people of color, by police officers, militarized police officers that go and kill another black person or a person of color with impunity and not and sent to prison. So where is this actual democracy? It's actually, if you look at if you look at autocracies, countries like such as Russia, for instance, when they vilify Vladimir Putin, when they vilify Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saddam Hussein, and Osama bin Laden, while the media is talking about these people and vilifying them and telling you what to believe and what it is, and all the time in America we don't have any of that. Where is it that the people in America has a true democracy? Where is it that people in America are able to really live life and enjoy life and do the things that they want to do? And we're so busy. And talk about how black people's had a tendency to listen, that they see things. We are very impressionable people. It appears to be a very forgiving people. I watched the movie Good Deeds today, and this is a movie of Tyler Perry. I like this movie with Tandy Newton in it. I like this movie. It's a very good movie, but it's not based on realism. While everything in that movie and the premise of the movie is very well, if you look at this movie, this is a movie that Tyler Perry is the CEO or the president of the company or the owner of the company, or he runs the company that his father started. And his brother, and it appears to want to sabotage the business, but the brother actually feels left out or is not always not doing things in the best interest of the company. And what happened to Tyler Perry in the end of this movie? He goes to Africa and gonna meet up with his two buddies and ride on motorcycles and dig oil wells in Africa, whatever it is that they're going to do on their Harley. And he turned the company over to a white person, a white male. It would never happen. That's some unrealistic shit, folks. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. See, we are the ones that's always forgiving. We are the ones that always say it ain't no such thing as color. It's no say we all bleed red. That's just bullshit, folks. You tell me what company, whether it's McDonald's, whether it's Walmart, tell me what company like that, or whether it's Apple, or whether it's Google, tell me what company like that has turned that company, bypassed their family member, and gave it to a person not only not related to them, but of another color. See, all this shit promotes the wrong thing. I look. I'm just being realistic on some of the things that we do in this country, and so I kind of like had to talk about that. We vilified Donald Trump. Now, I don't like the fact that Donald Trump has 91 charges, most of them felonies, if not all of them. 91 felony charges against him. It sends the wrong message to America. But what Donald Trump did is he actually showed you out there in podcast land how America actually does things. He did what the fuck he wanted to do. He did what he wanted to do, however he wanted to do it. He showed you that the Constitution and the democracy ain't nothing but a farce. The only thing is Donald Trump, and they tried to lock up. His name was Floyd, not Floyd, Harrison Floyd. Yes, they wanted to lock him up in Georgia for the same thing that Donald Trump is doing, and they will not lock up, and the judge refused to do so. What Donald Trump is showing you is that you can say what you want to say about whoever you want to say it about. That's your right to do that according to the First Amendment to the Constitution, that you have a right, a constitutional right to say what you want to say. Of course, when you get to the point where you're threatening people or causing, when you interfere with the rights of other people, and I think right now something is in the appeal courts. And so what I don't like about Donald Trump is the fact that he did certain things. If I'm going to be punished for the law, then I think that everybody else should be punished for that law too. I don't think it should be any kind of special deference. I think Joe Biden is too old to be president of the United States. He's wrong for me. He's wrong for this country. I think that George Bush, look at me. See, Q never would have said that, but look at me and my age. I said George Bush when I meant to say Donald Trump. We're gonna bring. Look at her. She's smiling. Q, what you got to say about this?
All I gotta say about it is like all them old people, including like the ones you just named, they just need to step down and let younger people come in and take over because like I mean we know a lot more. We know a lot more. We're basically all technocrats, and so it's just like, and then like, what if y'all don't know anything? Y'all gonna have to come to us and ask us, and then if we tell y'all want to get mad and stuff like that. But I mean, y'all came to us and asked us, so how can y'all get mad at us for trying to help you? And so like, I mean, look at the Birmingham mayor. That man, I forgot his name just that fast.
Woodfin.
But
His last name Mayor Woodfin.
Mayor Wolfen,
And the mayor at about 37 years of age. He's been there 5 years and was reelected and is doing a great job in Birmingham.
exactly. So that's why I said y'all need these older people like Biden and Trump and all of them, even on the local level, y'all need to step out the way and let younger people come in because we know what we want and we know what other young people want. So y'all need to just step out the way and let us take over because I mean we Generation Z. We know more and there's always something new coming out and you won't know about it until we tell you about it, so you ask us about it. So just move out the
And
way.
you guys are the one that's doing all this, that's creating all these things. It's young people that's doing that. Nobody in their 80s and 90s creating social media and apps and that kind of thing. It's young people that are becoming millionaires and billionaires because they're doing that. And most people in other communities are stepping out of the way. It's just that the people in the black community that are not stepping out of the way and not moving aside.
And that's the thing, like black people, older black people in the black community, they don't want to see their offsprings or other young black people come up because they feel like, oh, it's always got to be them. No, I mean, like, we don't want to be stuck in a predicament. Some people don't want to be stuck in the same predicament they in. So I mean, you need to move out the way so that we can spread our wings and fly and like make money. And some who want to give back to the community can give back to the community, but they can't do it while you sitting up there like keeping them housed and keeping them in the house and stuff like that. Like they can't get nothing done when if you sitting up here standing in the way like a big brick wall.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for those comments. And one of the things that George W. Bush said, and I talked about it earlier, was that boy, you can't beat me. See there? See, look at me. See, look at it. Well, go ahead, Q. You do it. I'm gonna let her do it. She's the person that does it anyway. See how I made a mistake? The political system in America promises democracy and equality and freedom while carrying out socioeconomic injustice to all Americans. The result is you have a income inequality and a political stagnation, and you can see that on a national level how they're not doing anything point out this person weakness and that person weakness. So we're stagnated, and that's okay. Because as American economic and political powers are stripped away, the press As you can see, our economic power and our political power is being stripped away while the press talk about other things. What they're talking about now is what's going on in Israel and what's going on in Ukraine, but they're not talking about what's going on in America, or either talking about immigrants coming into America. And these things are done by, and it shows that we have our democracy is not real. And we got to do something about that, because human rights and civil liberties are very important in America, and we don't get that anymore. And I thought that it'd be very important that we point out those things. I wanted to talk about when you start talking about different things. I want to talk about Kemper County, Mississippi. This is in DeKalb, Mississippi, where a deputy sheriff, a Kemper County sheriff, was arrested on September the 30th oh wow. Q, why don't you look that up, where the sheriff deputy in Kemper County, you can go to the WTOK news site just to note that the number of things that he had, so many things. And this is an officer, steward of the court. This is somebody that's supposed to serve and protect, that's introducing contrabands into the Kemper County correctional facility, folks. And not only was this person and I'm told now, I don't know whether it's true or not, but I'm told by an informant that it was Sheriff Moore that pulled him over. Now, this person here was not arrested. Now, you understand that when you're caught with an illegal drug, it's grounds for you to be arrested. I don't care who you is. But this person was not arrested. They chose instead to have a probable cause hearing. They had that hearing a few days ago. And this person did not even come to court. At the probable cause hearing, Judge Charles Wright came in and said that the state had probable cause, and that they were going to bound him over to grand jury, and he set his bond at $20,000. Yes, Tumba, damn it, you heard me say it right. $20,000. Now, I could have talked about this yesterday, but I want to talk about it today. I could have talked about it when it happened, but I want to talk about it today. Now, folks, now some of you out there going to take issue with me. And Charles Wright, don't you get too happy. Have you found it already?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead on and read that, and then I'll continue.
I'm gonna go to the other screen. I'm still up here. It says Kemper County deputy charged in alleged prison contraband scheme. It says that Kemper County Sheriff James Moore announced Tuesday that a deputy has been charged with conspiracy to commit the crime of introduction of contraband into a correctional facility. The alleged crime was discovered September 30th, but law enforcement are entitled to a probable cause hearing for accusations of wrongdoing while on duty. At a Monday
Stop right there, stop. Folks, there was no damn accusation. There was no accusation. It's an accusation if I come up and say he did it. Oh, I say he done something. But there was no damn accusation. They actually found this man with drugs. Continue, Q.
And it says, at a Monday morning hearing, a circuit judge, found probable cause for Gregory Dwayne Campbell to be arrested. Moore said Campbell was given the opportunity to surrender, and his bond was set at $20,000. It says Moore said.
What were the drugs? I want you to, and let me talk to people. Go ahead.
That's what I'm reading now. I was getting to it. It says that Moore said that in a news release, Campbell was stopped, and a cardboard box inside his patrol car had soap, shampoo, food items, over 10 pounds of Halloween candy, coffee, and a coffee creamer container with a cell phone, 59.14 grams of methamphetamine, 123.5 grams of synthetic cannabinoids, 236 grams of pieces of stock paper with residue on it, and 128 grams of spice inside of it.
Yeah, thank you for that, Karen. Folks, those are not no allegations. That's actually what they did. So he should have been arrested on the spot. But what happened was, see, that's what happened when you cooperate. But again, see, they had, and that's the problem that I have with this whole thing. It stinks from high heaven. How is the Sheriff Moore could just throw charges against someone such as Fred Welch with the arson shit that they dismissed without prejudice, and it should have been dismissed with prejudice, but they did not dismiss it with prejudice. And that's the problem I have with the whole system that stinks in America, where certain people's Now, for setting the bond, in my opinion, that was on the low side. But if that's all he could afford, then that's what the Constitution says, folks, that everybody's entitled to a fair and reasonable bond. So they got that right. That part of it is correct. I am okay with that. But however, God forbid it had it been in Dustin Markham court, hell, they would have had probably about a $50 million bond. See how the discrepancy there? See, judges actually think that they are God. Well, folks, judges are God. They are God in all places. But in the state of Mississippi, they seem to know it. But this God is not blind like justice is supposed to be. This God here, this evil God, these evil God judges in the state of Mississippi had a tendency to treat people with preferential treatment. If they know you, they like you, or you so-called cooperate, they get angry at you and at people like me because we demand that our rights be afforded to us. We demand that you do not violate our rights. We demand that we be allowed to assert our right to counsel, our right to remain silent, our right to be innocent until proven guilty. We do not have to accept a deal from the DA or from a judge. But because DeCarlo Clark did not accept the judge offer or the DA's offer to plead out for first 20 years and then 12 years, he was given life without parole by Charles Wright. Had Charles Wright not had a history of doing this kind of shit, then I could say what he did was very, very fair. But he has a history of throwing black folks away. How is it that you can sleep judge Wright? And you devils are the same people that go to church or either say you believe in God. If you believe in God, do you believe that karma, the universe, sees everything? How is it that you can have a judge to have that many drugs and you only had it set its bond at $20,000? And I got to get on your ass too, WTOK. 70 years of bullshit. That's what y'all been doing. 70 years of putting across me to promoting the state. It's almost as if you are a state control media organization. You're not there for the people or by the people. And hell no, I'm not talking about the what we're going to call the inverted democracy or the democracy that's a facade in America, because you have one set of laws for this person and another set of laws for that person. You have a two-tier system in America. You had that cronyism and that good old buddy shit going on in the state of Mississippi that to its detriment, because the number one state in everything bad is Mississippi, and everything good, then the state at the very bottom of Mississippi. So you guys y'all can keep on scratching each other's ass, but you ain't doing a very good job for the state of Mississippi. So what is it that you're going to leave? What kind of legacy you going to leave behind when you lay down and you die and you have so much pain? Because God ain't going to be mocked with all the things that you're doing and you think is okay, and you got this power. And I don't understand how you niggas don't go out and vote and get these devils up out of there. It is so corrupt in the state of Mississippi. Nobody even run. A judge don't run against a sitting judge. A lawyer don't run. You have to be a lawyer to be a judge in certain judges. Most of the judges, except for a justice court judge. But no other lawyer will rule against them or go up against them. And that is so sad how the cronyism stinks in the state of Mississippi. So while you got it right, Charles Wright, you only show that you have one set of laws for these people, that you're okay when somebody like James Moore. What makes James Moore so special that you take somebody like Fred Welch and hold charges over his head for 6 years before you finally dismiss it, and still won't dismiss it with prejudice on a truck that he did not own, an insurance company that's no longer existing, when you have a no victim, only because Sheriff Moore doesn't like him and want it. But then when Sheriff Moore like you, you get to have every drug it is known to man, but your bond is only $20,000, and you get to turn yourself in when you get ready. You don't arrest a person for breaking the laws of the state of Mississippi. I say all all the shit stink and they need to investigate Kemper County, the damn judge. Yeah, Charles Wright, your ass needs to be invested because you're a bad judge. Everybody that's been mistreated by Judge Wright, that he done hand down when the Senate, they hide under the law because you have what you call guidelines, folks. If you commit certain crime, when the guidelines call for you to be charged 20 to 50 years, 25 to 100 years, 10 to life. And so in the case, if you are a habitual criminal in the state of Mississippi, the judge can give you life without parole. Billbo Mitchell had the Gowdy man, life without parole. He's still in prison, folks. He's been in prison now probably about 30 years for DUI because he would not take a 2-year deal. Then at that particular time, if I'm not mistaken, it had to have been Judge Bailey. It had to been Judge Bailey, the first Judge Bailey, Robert Bailey dad. He had to been him or his colleague that gave Gowdy folks life in prison without parole. He didn't kill nobody. He didn't wreck no car. It was his third DUI and he wouldn't take the deal, and they got mad at him and gave him life without parole. That man's parents probably have died on their deathbed. So what kind of devil can have these kind of feelings and then walk around with a black robe on as if you God? God gonna have his day with you one day. You're gonna get to see God. You're gonna get to meet God, because I believe in a God that is vengeful. He pulled the temple down on the Philistines. He even sacrificed his own son. Now, y'all hear Tube Bell talking to me. Said, bro, you talking about all that stuff. Boy, you know all of us came up and mama told him. So you know I know it. And look here. Only thing I'm saying that it is not right for a deputy sheriff get to turn himself in. Folks, he still, and Tube Bell in my ear again to my bro, how you know? Well, I get to tell my story like I want to, because this is Reaching Out with Eddie Tube Bell. So I get to tell my story like her. That nigga still ain't turned himself in, folks. He got a $20,000 bond. He probably won't even turn himself in. He'll probably get some bonding company to go down there and pay it while my son is in jail right now. My niece is in jail right now. I got a son that was shooting at somebody that was shooting at him. His bond $200,000. And they were released for $50,000. So when somebody shoot at you in the state of Mississippi and Dustin Markham, the judge, then you get you get to return fire because it's a stand your ground state. You have a right to return fire and use deadly force. But in Dustin Markham courtroom, my son, because he don't like me, then my son got charged with aggravated assault. Wow, ain't this some shit, folks? My son is facing 2 to 20 years for shooting at somebody that was shooting at him and shot at him first and threatened him. In other words, no bullet didn't go into a building. Otherwise, he would have been charged with shooting in an occupied dwelling. Didn't go into a vehicle because it would have been charged with something dealing with automobile. But aggravated assault, where somebody didn't get hit, and even a rock didn't even come up and pop somebody. This is the kind of justice they got. The two-tier system in America is just really fucked up, folks. And it's just really bad when you have this two-tier system, when you have these judges there that wearing a robe that got their feeling on their damn sleeve. And if the DA don't like it, the judge don't like it. If the DA don't like it and all friends, the judges everywhere else don't like you. If one judge don't like you, all of them judges, they'll bring a judge out. They'll bring a judge out of retirement, such as Judge Larry Roberts, to sit over your case to create an appearance of being fair. But all the time, they already been in his damn ear and told him what the fuck to do. And that's bad, folks. So yeah, you don't like me. I know you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Just tell you the truth. I just don't give a fuck. If you had your way with me, you would kill me. You don't try it. If you had your way with me, you'd throw me in jail forever. They don't care, people. Y'all out there trying to be fair. And I ain't saying all white folks are bad, because Tube Bell, stay out my damn ear. Because while everything good that happened to me, been white folks that did it for me. Well, white folks done stuck it to me a couple of times. Yeah, it's okay. But mostly all the time, all the problems that I have right now come from the Democratic Party and black folks. Percy Bland, the first nigger that we had to be a mayor. He was the first nigger elected into mayor in the city of Meridian. That nigga gonna run again. If y'all folks, citizens, the constituents of Meridian, Mississippi, re-elect Percy Bland, you deserve everything. You deserve the drug dealing to come back into your community. You deserve for the police officers to be on the interstate profiling folks and pulling them over and getting the money, not putting it in the city budget so they can make our streets better, but putting it in his damn pocket and dividing up with his cronyism cops. Well, man, I can go on and stuff, but I think I said enough about that. this two-tier system, the two-tier justice system in America ain't right. And when I said two-tier, you got a two-tier system for black people and you got a two-tier system for white folks. Now that's 4 tiers altogether. What Two Bell just said. Yeah, Two Bell I'm counting is actually more than that. When you look at all the things that they do, that is not right. I want to tell y'all something too. I want to talk about a couple of things. I curious, you got anything to say on that? I see Q like my God, did he eat some this did you feed him some pepper? Q, is anything you want to say about that? Because there's some couple other things that I want to talk
Uh,
about.
I don't like. I just I agree with everything you're saying. But like I wanted to say one more thing, but it's not pertaining
Go
to
ahead,
that.
say it.
It wasn't pertaining to that I had, but it was this. Let me see. It was in Connecticut. This 51-year-old lady. She used to work for the state. She went into the police department and she shot it up basically. And all they did was basically give her a $1 million bond. They tased her, detained her, gave her a $1 million bond. Now, all I gotta say about that, if it was a colored person, then they would have went ahead and gunned them down. But since it was a white person, they just went ahead and just like and gave her the benefit of the doubt. They ain't even give her a harsh
Did
punishment.
you
They
say you was gonna show that video? And it is pertaining to the same thing, but you don't have to show the video because
yeah,
you again the two-tier system is working.
yeah,
Whereas white folks are treated differently. Has it been a black person, they would have been shot down before they even got a chance to go into the police station.
yeah. But the video, I mean, it's on the internet. I couldn't show because it was too what's the name?
So you can kind of like to share a link with them if you want to. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, but you're all right. That's what I'm exactly what we're talking about. The
yeah,
two-tier system in America, how they treat their own kind. We need to learn to treat our own kind like that, folks. We really do. All I say is that it needs to be more Eddie Holtz, and it is. It is some more Eddie Holtz out there. People like me, they try to vilify and say and do things. I want to talk about a couple of things before I close out. See, we don't have to have an hour show. All we need to have is a good show, and I think so far we've had a good show. I want to read y'all comments here. Well, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Mr. Roger. Who in the hell is Ray Monette? That's my baby. She is so extra blood. Hey, Ray Monette. Happy Thanksgiving to you, baby. And I love you too. Uh, Davina Jackson, and I guess that's the thumbs up. But either way, if you have your comments, go ahead on and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And Terry, I hope that I got to say this about Terry Rogers. He ran for a statewide office when he first ran for political office. And I think he started something he always wanted to do and something he started doing. This young man is probably only 19 years old, folks, and started when he was 18. So I got to say, I'm very proud of him. And he's planning on being the next mayor of Quitman. And I think that'll be a great thing. Terry, do what you need to do to get the job. Do what you need to do. Get the job. I know your mom is very proud of you and your family. It's gonna take that, man. Y'all get going and mobilize your constituency. Your constituency, mobilize your peers, Terry. That's what I'm telling you. Look what a decade encapsulate what it includes. That's you in the middle. That's 5 years up, 5 years back. Work on that. Work on that. Anything you want to ask me, folks. We have reaching out with happy Thanksgiving to you too, Eddie. Eddie's been following me for a long time. He's somebody I can call on when I need some security work. So if any of you people need security work or anything like that, y'all see his name there, Eddie Cosby. That's his Facebook page. He's a very good private investigator. He also delivers summons or whatever else that you need done. So consider giving. And he's a white guy too, and he hears me talk, but I can tell you that I consider him a friend besides a follower, and it's like that. it's like that, people. I'm not a racist. I'm just a realist. It's just that what they do is they attack people like Donald Trump and me, and they point out our differences. And because they point out differences, you can't see what we're saying. You can't hear what we're saying. You can't see what we're doing because we've been labeled by the media. We've been labeled by other folks. The only thing I don't like there's two things I don't like about Donald Trump. I wish he was a whole lot younger. I don't like that about him. I like how he exposed the system. I love that in him. He gave the little man a voice, folks. That's why he's so popular. He gave you a voice. He gave black people a voice. He gave the people that was living in the trailer parks, the people that were living, the poor white folks. He gave them a voice. He gave the lower class, the middle class, he gave the people a voice that didn't have a voice. If you want to pay attention who has a voice, then go to the Meridian City Council meeting. Go to it. And you'll see, go in there and listen and see what your city council people are doing. That's Joe Norwood Jr., that's Dwayne Davis, that's Ramonda Walker, that's Tybell Lens. I'm not talking about George Watt or George Thomas. George Thomas is the gatekeeper. He's the money holder. His job there is to watch that money, make sure that money keep going into their communities, and make sure that the uppity people, the people that so-called run Meridian, continue to run Meridian. That's George Thomas, Dr. George Thomas. That's his job. Ramonda Walker and Tybell Lindsay and Dwayne Davis, those are bougie Negroes. Now, Dwayne grew up in the hood just like I did. Joe Norwood probably grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth because his dad, he's college educated, and Tybell Lindsay is college educated, so is Ramonda Walker. But these are, and I think Dwayne is kind of losing sight of himself but folks, what I want to say, I don't want to vilify any of those folks. What I want to say is go to the Meridian City Council meeting, at the workshop, or any of those things. You'll see all the white folks in there with their hands out. You'll see all the things that they do benefit the white community or the parts of town that white people live or the uppity Negroes live. You don't see them doing anything to benefit you, the small man, mostly because your ass don't vote. And then how about you bougie Democrats that's fighting now on state leadership in the state of Mississippi? And they got no, boy, they got this. Yeah, boy, I tell you, if I went on a roll, but either way, they're fighting. The leader, who was a retired Supreme Court justice, was removed by the board of directors, and then he filed a lawsuit against them. And Gerald Munford, the one that lied, he's the county prosecutor for Hinds County, folks, the county attorney. Folks, this is the damn problem in Meridian. You have people that are breaking the law. He lied. He signed Fred Welch's name. He lied to the bar. All this thing he did, and they still upheld that shit. How the fuck can this state get better when you have criminals running the goddamn city or the state? Or you allow for criminals to stay in positions of power and authority? Folks, it ain't the people in Parchment that's hurting you. They in Parchment. It's not the people that's in the Lauderdale County or the different county jails, or the people that in the Mississippi Department of Correction, or the Alabama Department of Correction, or the county jails in any of the state. It's not those people that are hurting you. It's the people that you putting in public office. Get their ass up out of there. I got to talk about Mississippi as a super majority. Y'all know that, right? Your Congressional Black Caucus in the state of Mississippi, they ain't never just collecting a paycheck. It's just a status symbol, baby. They just walk around. And I didn't mean to say, I'm talking to my wife while I'm talking to you guys, but it's just a status symbol where they just basically go around and scratch each other's butt, and they can't do nothing. They don't need them for anything. They're like dogs up under the table that Jesus talk about, when you throw scraps of meat up under the table to the dogs, meaning they can do something for the black folks or the black Democrats they want to, but they still get a lot of soft money on a national level. So I guess that's what these leaderships are fighting about. This man getting his salary but ain't doing anything. The Democratic Party is a relic of the past, just like the NAACP, the SCLC, and all those organizations. Because if they were really doing something that was pertinent in any community, look at the state of the black community would be totally different. You have the Meridian Public School Board that need to be disbanded. You have the Civil Service Board that need to be disbanded. I'm talking about in Meridian, Mississippi, because when you're talking about giving somebody an oral test because they can't pass the written test, what you're doing is dumbing down the qualifications for the state, for the citizens in any city or state. And that's not right. You see what happened with Lieutenant Jacks filing lawsuit, with Thomas Van filing lawsuit, Eddie Hope filing lawsuit, and James Sharp. You could just go on and on with the lawsuits as being filed because everybody's doing what's proper or what's correct or what's beneficial or who's going to lick my ass or who's going to do what the fuck I tell them to do as opposed to what's law and what's policy. We got to get away from that shit where we're not following policy and not following law. And Meridian, Mississippi is bad about that. So let's talk about all the different people running for mayor. You got, let's just talk about the people that possibly could be mayor. Dwayne Davis, Joe Norwood Jr., Joe Norwood Sr. I'm told by a very reliable source that Joe Norwood Sr. is planning on running for mayor in the city of Meridian. Here's what I think now. I'm just, y'all, this is me thinking too, Bill. I can think, can I think? Can I think? Can I think? I got a little think. Can I get my opinion? Two Bell said, bro, you been getting your damn opinion there. Y'all, Two Bell just for cuss for the first time. He said, bro, you been giving your damn opinion ever since you started this podcast. Yes, I'm gonna give my opinion. I think Joe Norwood Sr. is gonna run for mayor. He's gonna step down. They're gonna point Joe Norwood Jr. in that position. So let's see how they turn it over to the family. Turn it over to the family now. Now that's what I'm thinking. I may be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking. You know, you got Ty Bell Lindsay. I'm told that she's gonna run for mayor. Ty, go for it. Go for it, girl. You go for it. That's all I'm saying. If you get your constituents, they put you in there. I don't think you'll make a good mayor because you one of them kind that don't see any difference between races and color. Well, damn it, I do. And everybody else but you do, and a couple other black folks. But yeah, I hear Two Bell fan saying something. Let me say, look, I'm gonna let y'all see a smile. And that's Two Bell fan. Now, I don't know how many of them Two Bell fans out there. They be in my ear too, be talking to me with. They correct me too. Don't do me, Two Bell fan. I'm finna get you out of there before you say something. But anyway, you got Percy Bland that's gonna run for mayor, folks. Now I already done castigated his ass one time. It definitely don't need to be mayor of any city. He needs to be in prison. That's where he needs to be. A lot of people, folks, that's in position of authority, their ass need to be in jail. Jail. That's what I said. Now I was told at one time Ron Turner was planning on running for mayor. Hadn't heard his name lately. I think Ron Turner. The problem with Ron Turner is that he would do what they do. He don't hardly be down there at the housing authority. He's director, but one thing I can't say about it, he's been very supportive of all the cause. Everything that's went on in such as when the Black Panthers came in town, he was there. He's always in that background, kind of like Where's Waldo? I would say that's Ron Turner. Ron Turner's always there. So I can't be for or against him. But I think that they went and got him. When I said they, I'm talking about a group of white people went and got him for him to be mayor. And so whenever somebody go and get you for you to become mayor, then you know if you get that job, they're gonna give you a lot of money. You're beholden to them. We got to get away from that. We got to put people in there. We got to get people in there that's going to do what's right by the people, all the people. See there, you heard me say it, all the people. Now I'm definitely for that. It's just, and I'm gonna feel partial when mostly everything is done is for one race as opposed to another race. Tyrone Johnson is a young man that's running for mayor. I think Tyrone Johnson has done what a lot of you out there don't know. He's pulled himself up by his own bootstrap, like Rita Jacks. Rita Jacks did the same thing. They both have a master's degree. I gotta say this, Tyrone. I know I say I support you. If you beat Rita, I will. But my money would go with Rita. And I think that, man, just imagine Rita Jacks becoming mayor of Meridian, Mississippi. She received more bipartisan support than any other person that I know of that ran for public office in Lauderdale County, Meridian, Mississippi. And that's trying to get, especially on the county level. It was amazing. It was nothing short of phenomenal what she did. 6,000 votes. Y'all better watch out. I ain't talking about because Santa Claus coming to town either. I think that if Rita Jacks, I can critique each of these people. I think if Rita Jacks became mayor, I don't think anyone that I just named, I don't think that Dwayne Davis, Joe Norwood Sr., Joe Norwood Jr., Ty Bell Lindsay, Percy Bland, Ron Turner, I don't think any of them would do a better job for the city of Meridian than Rita Jacks. I'm just telling y'all. I believe that with all my heart. I think that she can actually galvanize the community. I think that she can actually bring the community together. I'm talking about both black. She can even shut me up. Stop talking that black and white stuff, Eddie. Nah, but no, she would never try to do that. But I definitely know that she would definitely make a good job. So now, folks, here's to the final thing that I want to talk about. I got to tell y'all, see that beautiful intro? My daughter, Araya, she called herself, let me say, oh, Ray Monet. Ray Monet, that's my daughter. She did that. She put that together. And I mean, it's just so nice. I liked it so much. I use it on my opening and closing. So, and she's a really smart girl, and I'm really proud of her. And anyway, folks, I want to tell y'all this. This is gonna come as to a shock to a lot of you out there. But I've already filed paperwork for a political action committee. I found it and started a political action committee, meaning that I want to be able to influence state elections, county election, and local election. The person that I want, the people that I want to help now is that I want to generate, I want to raise a lot of money. I want to raise tens of thousands of dollars. I want to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions of dollars. If I start raising millions of dollars, then I want to affect campaigns or hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to try to affect campaigns on a national level. And but anyway, I started a pack, and the name of it is Reaching Out for Change. Isn't that ironic? Reaching Out for Change. That's the name of my political action committee. I've already filled the paperwork out with the Secretary of State and sent it to them. I have paperwork that I filled out for to give to the circuit clerk and also to get to the city court clerk. So they will be getting their paperwork one day next week after the holidays, probably Monday. But either way, I've done that. And this is I'm doing this. I'm just telling you, I want to influence Meridian election. I want to be able to take specific candidates and help them win office. And I want to do that by donating to their campaigns. We want to do that. We want to do that by donating to their campaigns. We want to do that by buying advertisement for them and buying advertisement. Whether it's if it's someone that we're not supporting, such as Percy Bland, then we will be purchasing adverse advertisement for him, pointing out some of the things that he did not do while he was mayor. Also, one of the things that another things that we'll be doing too is we'll be putting on events such as bringing somebody like Ricky Smiley to Meridian, Mississippi. And I know that Percy tried that, and that idea he got from me, but it blew up in his face. I thank Lolo for that. But anyway, I'll let her tell y'all about that. But Lolo is pretty good when it comes to playing a political strategy. I would like for Lo to join the board. If any of you want to join the pack or want to be a member, please contact us at Q created what's the email address for reaching out with reaching out for change?
It's reaching out for change at gmail.com. But I will also make a form and like so like you can keep up with who want to join and what.
But anybody join anything like that, if they join and they become an officer, then that'll be filed with the Secretary of State, meaning their name will go on it. But Q is an officer on there, and also Fred Welch. Yep, Fred Welch is one of the founders of this political action committee. I think Terry, you listening to me? I think that you should also form you a political action committee, and you can also. We will also be pushing folks. So we'll be right now. I don't mind telling you. We don't mind telling you that we will be supporting Terry Rogers, and we will be supporting Rita Jacks if she decides to run. And I think that she's strongly considering it. And I can tell you that Rita does not know this. She'll know it well now when she hear this or read it. But I'm actually forming this pack so I can raise a lot of money. I'm just telling y'all, I'm gonna go to all my people, all my family, all my friends. I'm gonna do everything I can to generate thousands of dollars. I hate to say, I just got to be realistic, tens of thousands of dollars, so that I can influence Terry Rogers' campaign and influence Rita Jack's campaign. I would, I just got to let y'all know I don't want to play with this thing. I think this is something that's need to be done. And so I'll let you read the comments, Q, and then you can play the thing and we'll close out. If you have anything you want to say.
I do want to say this. We don't check our Facebook. So if y'all want to get in contact with us, y'all have to like do it through YouTube or do it through our email. Reaching out with Eddie@yahoo.com. Cause yeah. But other than that, that's it. Tell a friend, tell your family, tell everybody.
Look at Fred, baby, read the comments.
I was saying I was getting through what I was saying first. Then I
Oh,
was
we
going.
gonna get into it on social media.
No. But Terry Kelly said, "I'll give you a call. We need a strong Democratic Party." Um,
Maybe
love.
let me respond to that.
Okay.
uh, there's nothing we can do to have a strong Democratic Party because they're already owned on a national level. They're owned by anytime you collect soft money from the government, whether it's a grant or anything like that, we call it soft money. They receive a large sum of money recently during the national elections, these local elections, and they received a large sum of money to influence the national election. I think they received that, and it caused a schism in the organization because basically, in my opinion, now I hadn't read this, but my opinion is that they're fighting over money. And they're saying this guy never, the appeal court judge, the retired appeal court judge, who was the chairman of the Democratic Party, was never there, and perhaps maybe gave certain people jobs that he wanted to, I guess, funnel money to. And I'm paraphrasing. But Terry, there's nothing we can do. We really got to get off. And I don't say, I say this with all respect. We really got to get off. Uh, we got to stop falling lockstep in place with the Democratic Party. They don't have any substance in this state of Mississippi, especially on a state level. They have a super majority in the state of Mississippi. In almost every county, except for your majority black counties, you have Republicans, everything. Republicans run everything. Even Lauderdale County has a super majority when it comes to supervisors. You have more Republicans than you have Democrats. And now you have two Democrats, but you got three Republicans. So they really don't need us for anything. What we got to do is we got to start selling our vote. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. We got to start demanding we get something back for our vote. We got to stop wasting our vote. We definitely got to stop doing that. And you got to go where the money is. And you got to go where the power is. And right now the power's with the Republican Party. And that's just not, I'm not telling anybody to be a Republican. I'm just saying that anytime you vote, make sure your vote is an informed vote. Make sure that you know what it is that they've done and what it is that they're going to do. If they lied to you in the past, they're going to lie to you in the future. If they hadn't done anything in the past, they're not going to do anything in the future. Our Democratic Party is more concerned with Percy Bland should have been disqualified. There's certain things that are allowed to go on that should not be allowed to go on. You have what you call policies and procedures that the local Democratic Party does not go by. They have they have bylaws, they have constitution. If you violate those things, then you're supposed to be removed or not allowed to run for office, and they don't do that. So I agree that what we need is that we need a strong voice in the black community. We need to find some kind of way to get young people such as the Terry Rogers, his peers. We got to get them involved. We got to. And good evening, Fred. Come back on here, Q.
I had to eat my Kool-Aid. Low said Mr. Robert Ray said Meridian have a bunch of dumb people with laughing emojis.
And I got to say this about Mr. Ray. Loa, I'm not inclined to disagree with him because it is. Because we allow for dumb people to be in position of power and authority when you have a more qualified person for that position that don't get the job because they don't know the right person or they don't do the right thing. So I'm gonna be inclined that the Meridian Public School System is a failure, and you got a failure superintendent there. That's the reason why I called for that school board, and that's the entire school board and that superintendent be forced into retirement. If I was to be mayor, hell, they have to go. I wouldn't give a damn. I have lawsuits. I have my personal money. Go ahead, man.
That's it.
That's it. You didn't read. Fred said good evening.
I did, I did read that.
Too bad you here. Don't you do me too bad,
Don't
fan.
you-
But good evening, Fred. I'm gonna say that anyway. I'm gonna start out. Davina Jackson gave us what's those things? Okay, okay, okay. That's 3 okay. Terry Rogers said happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Ho. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Terry. Ray Monet said happy Thanksgiving, Dad. I love you. I love you too, baby. Happy Thanksgiving, Eddie Cosby. Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Eddie. And happy Thanksgiving to you. Us Eddies do not play. Eddies, we tough. We the no matter what color we are, we cool. Terry Kelly, I give you a
I
call.
already read that.
Yeah, I'm reading. As you notice, I'm reading things up. Y'all see what she did? That's a
Okay.
Tool Belt fan, there, folks. Anyway, folks, go ahead, baby. Hear that. Thank y'all for listening. We see y'all next Thursday.
Okay.